Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A drama about A Midsummer Night Dream by William Shakespeare. I'd like to theme of this drama. In my opinion, the theme in this drama is love difficulty. The theme of love difficulty and explore through the motive of love out of balance. That is, romance situation in which disparity or inequality interferes with the harmony of a relationship. The prime instance of this imbalance is the asymmetrical love among the four young Athenians. As we know that Hermia loved Lysander, Lysander loved Hermia, Helena loved Demetrius, and Demetrius loves Hermia instead of Helena, a simple numeric imbalance in which two men love the same woman, between Titania and Oberon. An imbalance arises out of the fact that Oberon's coveting of Titania's Indian boy outweighed his love for her. Later, Titania's passion for the axe-headed bottom represents an imbalance of appearance and nature. Titania is beautiful and graceful, while bottom is clumsy and brusque. Okay, so now let's talk about the characters and characterization in this drama. Wow, there are many characters here. Let's discuss one by one, starting from the Hermia. Hermia is a feisty, confident young woman from Athens. About Helena. Helena is a young woman from Athens and a friend of Hermia. Lysander is a young man from Athens who is in love with Hermia at the start of the play. The fourth character is Demetrius. Demetrius is a young man from Athens, was previously betrothed to Helena but abandoned her in order to pursue Hermia. And then the next is Puck. Puck is Oberon's mischievous and merry jester. Technically, he is Oberon's servant, but he is both unable and unwilling to obey his master. So that's about Puck. And then the next about Oberon. Oberon is the king of the fairies. After witnessing Demetrius' poor treatment of Helena, Oberon orders Puck to repair the situation through the use of a love potion. The next about Titania. Titania is the queen of the fairies. She recently returned from a trip upcoming off as a comedy. Okay, that's all about the characters and characterization in Midsummer Night Dream. So now we are going to discuss about the plot summary in this story. Plot summary. So, Duke Theseus and Hippolyta are preparing for their wedding. When Aegeus arrives with his daughter Hermia along with Lysander and Demetrius. Hermia and Lysander love each other, but Aegeus wants Hermia to marry Demetrius, who is loved by Helena. Complicated, right? Theseus insists that Aegeus must have his way and give Hermia in month to marry Demetrius or either die or become unknown. Hermia and Lysander decide to run away and to meet in the forest. Hermia tells Helena of their plans, and she in turn tells Demetrius in the hope that he will like her more for telling him, just like a trick. Demetrius chases after the elephant couple and Helena chases after him. A group of tradesmen met to discuss a play on the theme of Pyramus and Thebes, which they want to perform at Theseus' wedding. They plan to rehearse in the forest. Oberon and Titania, the king and the queen of the fairies, are arguing over who should have a challenging boy that Titania has stolen. Titania will not give him up, so Oberon takes his revenge by having his servant Puck find a special flower whose juice he will squeeze into Titania's eyes while she is asleep. This will make her fall in love with the first person she sees upon awaking. Oberon, seeing Demetrius reject Helena, tells Puck to put the potion on Demetrius' eyes also. But Puck mistakes Lysander for Demetrius, and Lysander wakes to see Helena, whom he falls in love with and chases after, leaving Hermina alone. Hermia enters and is snubbed by Lysander while Helena thinks all three are tricking her. Demetrius and Lysander challenge each other to a duel. So Oberon gets Puck to imitate the two men's voice, leading them around until they fall asleep. Puck puts an antidote on Lysander's eyes so that he resumes his love for Hermia. That's about the plot summary. It's quite long, but it's a very interesting story. I like it. So now let's discuss about the setting of this drama. A Midsummer Night Dream takes place partly in the city of Athens and partly in the forest that lies beyond the city's walls. The split between city and forest is thematically significant. The city of Athens is depicted as a place of civilization, law, and order, while the forest is a place of wildness, anarchy, and chaos. So, this one about the setting of this drama. The next discussing is about the moral lesson of Midsummer Night Dream. So here we are. The moral lesson of Midsummer Night Dream may be to point out the fickle nature of human relationship. Shakespeare's used comedy and the magic of fairies to demonstrate the failure of humans to form constant and steadily romantic relationships. And the last thing that I would like to discuss is about this one. The comparison to present life situation or the context from this drama. So, the play Midsummer Night Dream by William Shakespeare offers a wonderful contrast in human mentality. Shakespeare provides insight into man's conflict with the reason versus the emotional characteristic of our behavior to this setting. The rational, logical side is represented by Athens, with its flourishing government and society. The wilder emotional side is represented by the very woods. Here things do not make sense, and mystical magic takes the place of human logic. Every impulse may be acted upon without and forethought to their outcome. The city of Athens represents the epitome of civilization man, ruled by the law of the man and kept in check by society's own norms. The human struggle to suppress its unrestrained and irrational tendency is still being undertaken today. Discourages the civilized man from making rash and foolish action. Thus, every action should have a sound and logical purpose based on the social norms. In the play, Aegeus, the father of Hermia, has truthfully chosen what he considered an unacceptable mate to wed his daughter. Aegeus most likely based his decision on economic, political, and social factors in his choice of Demetrius. He is making a reasonable decision based on Hermia's future in their society. Unfortunately, Hermia is smitten by Lysander and vice versa. Although her father may have made his decision with every good intention, keeping the traditional custom of his day and even perhaps taking into consideration such things as attractiveness, he failed to force the desire of his daughter. The young Lysander, who like most young men cares little for the lures of society, is willing to break tradition and flee Athens to obtain Hermia. Therefore, they must leave the rational Athens to enjoy their irrational love. Theseus, the king of Athens, is the highest symbol of law and order in his kingdom. After winning a war with another kingdom, he chooses to marry their queen, Hippolyta. His decision may very well have been inspired by love, but the political ramification of their marriage is more plausible rational. In fact, Theseus' apparent love for Hippolyta seems almost as an added reward to an already beneficial partnership. Whether any attraction was there or not, probably wouldn't have made a difference. So that's all about things I can discuss with you about a Midsummer Night Drama. I hope you can enjoy it. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.